Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to, what do you say, this is Bossa Nova?
Barcelona.
Bossa Nova 700.
Circuit de
The
Catalunya.
ACC, is this the group event?
Nope, this is the Sunday GT Challenge.
Whoa. Well, what a bunch of shenanigans. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the man who invented the inverted kiwi, Michael Magus.
And the kiwi. Don't leave about the kiwi.
Oh, sure, you're just going to try. You're like the Thomas Edison of fruit, just trying to steal all the patents.
I was going with the George Washington Carver, but yeah.
Wow.
We are here for the second round of the Sunday GT Challenge Championship. We're coming off of a round at Kyalami, and I'll give you a quick rundown of the standings coming into today. Max Simmons leads the way, having won at Kyalami. He leads from Vincenzo Senatore, a newcomer to the field, ahead of Albert Arjona, another newcomer, Kozia Terakov, and the top club runner, Ayrton Arsenault. That's your top five coming into today. Teams Championship, Nitro Corsa, who have new shiny liveries, and Byron will give you his thoughts on them when they're on screen.
They're atrocious.
I think you'll like them, actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
Red Bull Racing in second place, followed by AXRT, the classic Albert Xavier Racing Team. And in the Club Championship, Arsenault leads from Spencer Taft and Oscar Tan. That's it right there, actually. That's the new
Very
Nitro
nice.
Corsa. We're rounding off qualifying here. We'll give you a full rundown of the qualifying positions. Number of new faces on the grid today. We had a lot of late notice signups, so I'm actually quite excited to see what they can do. But it looks like Tomas Nopek, I'm assuming that's how it's said.
Gopnik.
That's good. Is on the pole position, and things are still changing up here at the end. So I will probably refrain from you a full rundown until we have the final results here as we check out Spencer Taft's livery again. Here comes Gianmarco Silvestri. It's Ferrari 488. Not alone today. Tommaso Biglino is here today, so we have two Ferraris.
Bibiano Fernandez.
Dominic Turcotte has changed up liveries. We made fun of his black livery last week, and now he's in the R Motorsport livery. Which I feel a little bit bad about, because apparently the black livery just was what he was trying to run. I thought that he was running a custom livery that he just hadn't given anybody, and turns out no, he just wanted to drive the Batmobile.
This week, in bullying somebody else, we'll just have to target somebody else.
True.
And I would like to send a special shout out and thank you to Martin, our illustrious leader and
Prophet
shenanigan head. He has sent me a bottle of rum for my birthday. I believe it's for my birthday. I can't remember exactly why. He just did it because he's crazy. And it's Bumbu or Bumbu or Bumba or something.
We'll just call it La Bamba.
La Bamba. It's Bumbu. That's how it's spelled. And it smells amazing. I haven't tasted it yet. It smells very much like bananas.
He's going to do a rare alcohol video with Byron.
Woo!
Tries it out. First tasting.
So yeah, I'm just gonna taste it right now and see how it does.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. It's got all kinds of stuff going on in there. It's sweet. It does also taste a little bit like bananas, but it's got definitely the molasses and yeah, this is good stuff.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Would recommend.
All right, grid rundown here of at least the top 23. Nopek leading away from Dan French, who's on the front row of a Sunday race. Very impressive, Mr. French, in his Red Bull liveried McLaren. Newcomer Eugene Joachim, third place, followed by Dominic Turcotte, followed by Kozia Terakov, followed by Max Simmons, followed by Vincenzo Senatore, followed by Gianmarco Silvestri, Sean Kenny, and Jeremy Reeder, rounding off the top 10. Then it's Ayrton Arsenault, Connor Costantini. Sorry, I keep.
Are you drunk?
No, I always fuck up his name, dude. If you not paid attention to this, I just have a problem with that name. Albert Arjona down in 13th place. That's very far down for him. Spencer Taft, James Butler, Wesley Stokes. I forget your first name, Mr. Laura. Oscar Tan, Tommaso Biglino, Mark Sobolski, Cliff Hemian, Devin Tulloch, and Josh McLaughlin. I believe there are 4 other cars that we just don't see on the screen right now. So if you are 24th or lower, my apologies, but I can't see you to comment on your position right now.
We just make stuff up.
I could.
Just do it. Just make some stuff up.
I don't even know who they are.
Well, that's why it'll be easy.
I will pull up the qualifying results on.
Give them a dramatic backstory full of tragedy and pain.
I haven't posted the log files yet. Okay, I'll have to do that. I forgot to do that. So I can't even look those up. I cannot possibly spoil myself. That's impressive.
Correct. And how are you on this day, the day after the new, I guess the new MMA awards, where they,
where Chris Rock got slapped.
He did. It was not a very, listen, can we critique well, after a while we'll critique the technique. Because I was not impressed with the performance. All right, we got 1 hour of warm-up.
We got 1 hour of race, and there will be a pit stop midway through. The pit window will open as they form up at the last turn and get ready for the green flag. Waiting for the green, waiting for the green, waiting for the green. Grid looks good, and we're off. Heading down to the first corner here. We got a 3 wide near the front there with Yoko, Turcotte, Simmons, a couple of Lexuses involved. Oh, 4 wide. This could be tragedy.
Oh, boy!
Oh, Albert Arjona in the wall.
Oh, no.
Oscar Tan off the track. We got a spun to Aston Martin in the middle. That's Dominic Turcotte. We've got Gianmarco Silvestri cutting over the... we got tons of accidents. Look at all those yellow flags.
There's a pinball wizard, must have been a trick, something, other lyrics.
Kozia Terekov caught up in that. He's dropped down the order out of the top 10. There's Wesley Stokes recovering from problems. James Butler as well in the Nissan. And Nopek still leads the way from Joachim and French. So the top 3 haven't really changed. Second place has changed hands. Max Simmons up to 4th place ahead of Senatore. Sean Kenny, Ayrton Arsenault, Gianmarco Silvestri, Laurer, and Constantini. Connor Constantini's at the top 10. That's Tommaso Tommaso. Easy there, easy.
Oh boy. What was this about Konstantinov?
Tommaso Biglino recovering from the track as Josh McLaughlin gets bumpy with Terekov. You don't want to bump with the Kiwi there, my friend. That's a bad plan. They play rugby.
Crikey.
Front, there is the new Red Bull looking livery for the 905 racers. Dan French up in 3rd place, showing off the new goods. On the tail of Eugene Joachim. Nopek is pulling way away.
See, I don't understand. They're called Red Bull, but everything's blue.
It is a bit weird that Red Bull's primary color has historically been blue. The bull
called blue balls.
The bull itself is red. If you look
That's
at the logo,
fair.
but the can color and the primary color of their cars and merchandise has always historically been blue, which is weird. We pick up Devin Tulloch into 15th place. That is Anthony Willis, who, by the way, you may remember, I didn't mention on the grid walk down. He was one of the ones that was outside the top 23, and he's up into 14th place because of all the carnage.
Ha-cha-cha.
Tulloch behind him, that is Jeremy Reeder, as well as newcomer
Degeneration X.
It's probably not pronounced that way, but let's be honest, there's a mech called the Jenner, and there's a D in front of it, and also the Degeneration X. Like, this is a thing. As Devin Tulloch goes down the inside.
Is he possibly a degen from out country?
Oh no, contact between Reeder and Willis. They are off. Or at least, okay, now they are off. I was going to say, Willis had not actually left the track, but now he has. Tons of carnage here today, Byron. Are you at half chub?
We're approaching 3/4 chub at this point. I might have to move my desk.
Ayrton Arsenault running side by side with Gianmarco Silvestri. Overtake there. Audi versus Ferrari, 7th place. on the line. That is the other Audi of Sean Kinney up ahead.
What is, in fact, the frequency?
What is the frequency, Kenneth? You never answer our questions about this.
What's the frequency, Kenneth? I'm on Benzedrine.
Anthony Willis falling through the field after his contact with Jeremy Reeder.
I hear that Jeremy Reeder's life is pretty much an open book.
I've heard that too.
Just to reiterate, this rum is delightful.
That's good to know.
Indeed, it might be hangover inducing, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
It's a risk he's willing to take. For you.
I'm doing this for you, everybody out there listening at home.
Nicholas DeGener on the tail of Devin Tulloch in the Audi, or not the Audi, the Aston Martin.
You think he might have Degeneres disease?
And Cliff Hemian in the Bentley in behind them. It's Vincenzo Senatore up in 6th place. He is currently the man in 2nd place in the championship, and the man in 1st place is right ahead of him. That's Max Simmons.
Maximum Simonizing.
Max Simmons with his anime power car.
Oh, then we have we got the skin packs on this time, so I get to see things.
We do.
Boy representing the NCR, not the Brotherhood of Steel.
There's the anime car.
There you go. All right, we got anime girl kind of dabbing on the side. That's nice and offensive. People dislike that a lot. I approve.
Running in 4th place after winning at Kyalami. Yep, we got the full skin pack as far as I can tell. A couple people are still running blank in-game customs. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. And pick better stuff, as Eugene Joachim is into the pit lane. That's interesting. That's a very early pit stop, and the pit window is not open. So he must have some damage from lap 1. Would explain why it would explain why Nopik has managed to pull away so easily from the field if they were being corked up behind a damaged BMW. As nice move there by Senatore. He gets past Max Simmons and up into 3rd place. Sean Kinney on their tail. So talk about the club standings right now. Ayrton Arsenault in the lead from Connor Constantini and Mark Sobalski up in the top 10. Tip of the hat to the number 69 driver.
Tip something.
Although, I mean, number 69 will forever be, in our hearts, Adam Hooker.
Correct. R.I.P. Adam Hooker.
He didn't die.
Oh, my bad.
Just doesn't play slam ball anymore because there's no slam ball to play.
My bad.
Adam Hooker was a slam ball player. He was a very big guy, like 6'7". Oh, Lord!
Oh, my goodness.
Vincenzo Senatore has been summoned for his people.
Peace.
Vincenzo is heading off. By the way, we have a stop-go penalty for Oscar Tan. One of your favorites is back today, Byron. Look down in 22nd place.
22nd place is
21st place now.
Oulton and the Masters of the Universe.
Well, 21st place now.
Oh, the Peach.
The Peach is back.
Peachy Peach, what up? Jonathan Sweetness Peacha.
Jonathan the Sweetness Peaches. His return.
He came from a can. He was put there by a man. Moving to the country, gonna race a lot of peaches. Come on, that was funny. Well, fuck you, man.
I was yawning.
Sure, yawn-inducing.
I cannot laugh and yawn at the same time. It is not a skill in my ability.
If you tried to fix all of your physical ailments, it's just like chiropractic.
By the way, here is another new custom livery here for Connor Constantini in the 905 Racer Crew. What do you think?
Is it the green one?
The green and the yellow.
It's very Perrier.
It is meant to be the Aston Martin traditional colors and their Formula One team's colors.
Fair enough. I do like the color combo, but it does make me want bubbly water.
Losing a spot to Kuzya Terakov, who's on his way back through the field after being spun on lap 1, or doing the spinning. We don't know yet. We've not broken down everything that happened on lap 1. It was insane.
I think Terakov should go with a color scheme that is more of a terracotta.
laps.
He could be the
With
terracotta warrior.
Hemian battling with Devin Tulloch. I remember these two were battling it out of Kyalami as well, so they've found each other once again, although notably higher up on the grid, battling for 12th place with themselves and a recovering Dominic Turcotte. Terrakoff and Turcotte, the Terracotta team.
Indeed. TT.
I can see that.
TNT.
Dynamite.
That'd be a good team.
Would be. Mark Cebulski running in 9th place.
We have Gopnik in first.
Teammate Connor Constantine. Pretty good day for the debuting 905 Racer liveries. They're up in 8th and 9th place. They are still lacking a third driver, if I recall correctly.
Did I ever share up the video with you of the Russian dude making a vodka-cooled computer?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
I said Gopnik earlier, and then it started me thinking about, do not use tap water. You get your cooler all filled with tiny Gopnik frogs.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You do not want to use tap water in a liquid cool process.
Too many minerals.
A lot of excess minerals in there.
Josh McLaughlin with the best paint scheme known to mankind.
Mm-hmm. Golf all the way. Riding on board with Inu Lagoshi, the Oni-san Motorsports Nissan. Forget who his teammate is this season. He does have one. I think it's Alex Shine, but he hasn't shown up for a race yet. Which is pretty... Oh, Lord!
Whoa!
Looks like something happened with Butler, Tulloch, and Hemian. As one of the Audis is also in the mix there. Oh, boy. Tulloch's moving kind of... not really all that slowly. I just think an alternate line for that direction. Picking up Max Simmons in 3rd place. He is looking back at the Audi of Sean Kenny, but Sean Kenny in 4th place. Very nice.
I do like the subtle coloring of Sean Kenny's shenanigans. He's using some very underused colors, and that is always appreciated.
He is. Yeah, no, it's a good way. It's a good way to stand out, is using subdued colors that are not terribly common amongst the it instantly means that your car is recognizable, but it's not necessarily a giant kick me sign.
Correct.
I said this last 2 weeks ago about Pedro Gomez's car, where it's like, it's a very unique livery, Pedro. That might be a little too unique, Pedro, because I can't stop looking at the car, which means anything you do wrong, I'm going to see. But Sean Kenny, I think, has an excellent work there. It's colors that, like, it's definitely him. There's no other car on the track that you're going to confuse for that car, but it's subdued enough that you're not constantly looking at it, which means you can get away with dirty stuff.
You know what you should do?
Because you Terrakoff. Oh, I don't think that's an overtake. I think that's a lap in the center, because that's a Lamborghini they're making their way past. I think that might be John Peach.
You should go with the animated liveries like Rocket League.
Oh.
Just get the DX crotch chop on your hood.
At some point, Super GT is going to master that, because they're the ones that bring out all the anime liveries and stuff. That's the Japanese GT Racing Championship.
Nice.
At some point, we are totally getting octopus liveries.
Excellent.
Terrakoff runs in. Oh Lord! Someone has completely destroyed the bouncing foam on the track. Beware! Oh, John Peachy taking care of that. I don't believe that the foam can actually damage the car in this game. It can in real life. I've seen the foam get stuck in the grills, for example, get stuck in various unfortunate areas, as Mark Cebulski loses a spot to Nicholas Dijena. And Dominic Turcotte will be the next one to take a run at him. No offense to Mark Cebulski, but he's a little bit higher than his pace would indicate. He's a guy who qualified somewhere around 20th place, running in 9th. So I think we'll see him fall back a little bit as the next game.
Sir, are you saying he's driving above his station?
A little bit.
Wow, classist.
It's more speedist than classist. Dominic Turcotte would like to be the next one to take a gamble. Honestly, Dominic Turcotte's just like, hey, I'm the lead Aston Martin driver. I know there are 4 of us, but I'm the one with the ace designation. You guys are club drivers. Get out of my way.
Monsieur Turco, you go very fast around the corner. He's gonna put you in the wall. I gotta say that who's that ahead of them with the wild multicolored car?
That is Nicholas DeGener.
I have not seen that particular flavor of lavender on a car before, so that's neat.
Indeed, it's a neat one. It's just a little in-game custom, not a full custom. Those who are unaware, you can create in-game customs that have no, like this car here. They can be whatever color you want, but it's a pre-selected pattern and no sponsors. So it's kind of a naked car. Or you could do a full in-game custom where you can put together a little custom. Get some logos on there, put your dad's company on there, put who you're working for on there, whatever.
Can somebody please do a full-on custom and just like every brand of dick pill? Please, come on.
I'm sure it exists.
We need like the Viagra, the Cialis, the Extends. Fuck, forgot about Extends. God damn, those people are dumb. What was the gas station ones, like Rhino Power 9000 or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And then John Jones' face on your hood.
Unfortunately, the dick pills are not allowed in ACC.
Wow.
It's actually specifically referenced in the custom livery section of the EULA.
Really? Interesting.
Along with alcohol and tobacco products.
Huh. Why specifically? But you could have like a pharmaceutical company, though, right?
Yes.
What's the? I don't understand the designation.
So the deal with ACC is that they're linked in real life to a company called SRO. SRO is the company that runs the world's largest, or most regarded, we'll put it that way, GT racing championship in the world, the GT Challenge, and they have various rules against certain forms of sponsorship. The game replicates that, basically.
Well, fuck.
Now, if you wanted to make an Extends car and just use it in single player, you can do that. There's no rule against that. But once you bring it onto multiplayer and you're like putting it on YouTube and stuff, the EULA kicks in.
That's garbage. I didn't like it.
So
I mean, I guess it's you don't want to have people with like straight up porn cars.
Yeah,
so you got to draw some lines somewhere.
Porn is also on the list. As well as politics.
Yeah.
So you could not do, like, for example, a build that wall.
Drive into that wall.
Although someone did. I do remember someone put up on YouTube a video of someone who did do a build that wall car, like, in the middle of the Donald Trump election campaign. And the other drivers took... I assume he was told not to. I assume it was in no uncertain terms told that he could not do this. And he did anyways. And like 4 guys on the track with him actually did build that wall in front of him and just deny him like the whole time. I don't think they weren't even racing. They're like, no, we're gonna stay in line, and he's not gonna get fastest. He's gonna get so frustrated. As Mark Sapolsky has indeed lost a spot to Dominic Turcotte, still having his best race of the season. I mean, Mark Sapolsky is a very new sim racer to the ESR community. Joined up at the end of the 3D Speed series, and is now coming over to this GT Challenge series. He is taking a points penalty for changing cars, because he started off in the McLaren 720, now in the Aston Martin. And I think that was a good call, because him and specifically Connor Constantini were starting to make, or not him, but Connor Constantini and Tom Waz were really making headway in the Bentley, the 3D Speed series. They were putting up some really good results. And then they suddenly decided to go to a car that was completely not the Bentley, in the form of the McLaren 720. I thought that was a bad idea. I made fun of them on commentary. They have listened and have changed over to the Aston Martin. Or, well, at least Connor has. Thomas is still in the McLaren 720 because he sucks.
See, kids, bullying works.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. There are certain things that it doesn't work on. I was having a discussion with someone on Twitter about that because he was bullying John Morgan, who's an MMA reporter who's on the hefty side. And a sort of gimmick of Twitter has been to, anytime you report something, like 4 or 5 people will post, do some sit-ups or do some push-ups. And they claim it's like, no, we just want him to lose weight and be healthy. And it's like, as a former very fat person and a current fat person, does it really work that well? it usually just drives you into an emotional state where you do the things that made you fat to begin with.
But what if I was bullying you, but my form of bullying you was to just chase you everywhere?
Oh, that would work. That would bring the calorie. John Peachy getting out of the way there. Some lap traffic coming through. Or some lapping traffic, I should say. Jeremy Reeder in the Red Bull racing car. Tommaso Biglino in the pit lane. That's unfortunate because the pit window is going to open in about slightly over a minute. So it's a shame that Biglino couldn't get around the track again with whatever was ailing his car. And take it down another step as we ride with James Butler, who's getting some heavy vibration on the front end of that car. I wonder if that's damage related or if it's just the Nissan trying to be Godzilla, which is what it is.
Go Godzilla.
You know, Lugosi in the pit lane, also before the pit window opens. That's a bad plan. Ayrton Arsenault battling with Gianmarco Silvestri. This is for 5th place. Ferrari versus Audi. They've been at it for quite some time, actually. Fantastic battle going on.
And the loser has to Legoshi my Egoshi.
There's your boy, Nicholas DeGener. Running in 9th place, but he's in trouble because Mr. Dominic Turcotte, who's been absolutely cutting his way through this field like a knife through hot butter, he's got a target, and it's a Porsche 911.
Nicholas the Lavender Warrior DeGener.
See, you got a nickname in your first race, Nicholas. Good work. Anthony Willis is going to get out of their way. Little bit overly friendly, I think, they're under blue flags, but sometimes friendliness will win you some allies in the future. Pit window is now open as the race controller set, and the drivers have 20 minutes to make their pit stop, change all 4 tires, and that's it. Most of them, I imagine, will also refuel because you can refuel under the minimum 30-second time. Oh, Dominic Turcotte, no!
No, how dare you?
No, Dominic.
Sir, you have besmirched the Lavender Warrior. Vengeance shall be swift and furious.
That one will go before the steward, which is me.
Fuck you, Stuart.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do get to be the fuck you steward. Max Simmons battling with Sean Kenny for 3rd place. Shout out to Dan French. He's putting together a hell of a race up there in 2nd place. Daniel, there we are. I have a first name for you now. Daniel Loret. Mark Cebulski still running. Oh, well, up to 10th now because of a pit stop from. Or no, just overtaking Degenerate in spec. Oscar Tan. I rather like Oscar Tan's combination of colors there.
It's fetching shade of burgundy. If that was a pair of shoes, I'd consider wearing them. Max Simmons, not so much.
John Picha is your first pit stopper of the day to actually pit within the pit window. Spencer Taft in the pits as well. I wonder if Inu Lugosi and Tommaso Biglino are trying to stay in the pits and get it to count as their mandatory pit stop. That won't work. You have to enter the pits during the pit window for your pit stop to count. So, gentlemen, if that is indeed your plan, I'm afraid I have bad news for you. We've also lost a couple of cars. We have 22 running cars. We started the race with 27 or 28, can't remember which. And we have lost 5 or 6 cars.
You guys just aren't good at keeping track of your cars.
Also, here's the nice thing about ACC as opposed to Race Room. Race Room does not let you rejoin after you've been summoned to your home planet via the way Vincenzo Senatore was. But now Senatore is back because ACC allows you to exit the lobby and come back. Hopefully with a fixed up internet connection. I can pull the curtain back here for a moment. Vincenzo was having problems with his Wi-Fi connection, and he hotspots off his cell phone. So that's always a dubious proposition. And
dicey.
It was not behaving itself in the early parts of the race. He came back, and the ping had settled down. So we'll see him continue to run. So that meant we were seeing him versus Max Simmons last race. Him on a laptop and Max Simmons, or him on a cell phone hotspot. And Max Simmons, of course, famously the Wi-Fi kid, battling it out for a win. James Butler on the tail of Nicholas DeGener. Ahead of them is Mark Cebulski, as well as possibly Dominic Turcotte ahead of Cebulski. No, that is Daniel, the other deep sea Porsche, Daniel Leray. Jeremy Reeder ducks into the pit lane for Red Bull team. Riding on board Oscar Tan inside the highest tech car on the grid, the BMW M4 car, until we get an Audi Evo 2 track. That will unfortunately be illegal for this series because it came out after our series started. Also, it's from all reports I'm reading or reading/watching on YouTube, it's kind of OP. So we're gonna wait on that a little bit.
Time to break out the Zondas.
I don't think Zonda would ever be able to qualify as a GT3 car. I don't think enough of them get sold. Because part of the GT3 rule set is you have to have a certain number of units actually sold. So brands like Pagani and Koenigsegg would have to make a car that doesn't cost millions and millions of dollars.
That sounds boring.
Ayrton Arsenault looking back at Kuzya Terekov, who is caught up to the back of him now. Looks like Arsenault maybe had a gamble at Gianmarco Silvestri, and it didn't really work out because he's now 3 seconds behind Gianmarco. So that battle is terminated a little bit, and no rest for the Ayrtons because Terekov wants to make it Lexus versus Audi. Replace the Ferrari with a Lexus, and we got another battle. As Ayrton Arsenault losing a little bit of traction there. These are also the top 2 teams in the championship, Red Bull and Nitro Corsa. So this is a very key battle between the 2 teams. Lead drivers today, I would say. Senatore appears to be more the Nitro Corsa overall leader, but of course he had some problems in his place. And I don't see James Jackson, the 3rd member of the Nitro Corsa team, out there today, as we've lost another car.
What about Tito Jackson?
I believe that is Tommaso Bignino. Pulled the plug. Max Simmons. Still under pressure from Sean Kenny. They're coming up to a blue flagged Audi that is either Jeremy Reeder or Spencer Taft. Not really sure which one is more likely. They both have pitted, so could be either. On board with the NMA machine. See if the Audi gets out of the way here on the start-finish straight.
Like your boy trying to catch some air on the corner. Very nice.
He does move over. Cheeky. Max is like, no. I want the toe. Okay, now, okay, Max, I was fine with you trying to get the toe, but now you're throwing out the flashy headlights. He tried to let you through.
Yeah.
You refused. That's on you. That is on you, sir.
You had your chance.
I'm going to put this on a review on the stewarding video. There will be no penalty, but I do quickly want to talk about this for...
Yeah, Max, to put this in language that you'll understand, this was a for real bruh moment.
Now you're flashing me back to the Airsoft episode of South Park I watched yesterday.
Bruh, man, I haven't watched South Park in years.
It's a good episode. You might want to check it out.
I might have to.
It's called Help My Teenager Hates Me.
It's called Cosmo's a bitch, the biggest bitch is the biggest bitch in the whole wide world, the big bad bitch, all the boys and girls.
Basic premise is the boys start doing airsoft and they get partnered up with a teenager. Oh, that is the Audi got very close to James Butler there.
Your boy gonna dive bomb some shit.
And now he's out of the way. Now I will say, I'm not super happy with that Audi's blue flag behavior. I'm just saying, Max, he tried to let you through. You said no. You don't get to then be belligerent with the headlights. That's my opinion. So we pick up race leader Tomas Nopik. Leading the way, Dan French in second place is in the pit lane to take his service along with Devin Tulloch and Nicholas DeGener. Jeremy Reeder also in. Or no, Reeder was already in. I think it's Loretta.
Loretta Lynn.
So Deep Sea going with a unified strategy, both their cars in. Ayrton Arsenault in, Connor Costantini in. Got an interesting variety of flags this season. We got Polish flags, Canadian flags, American flags. Of course, the Canadian and American flags are hallmarks of the ESR series. We've also got your Italians, Germans, British flags, as well as Jamaica. Jamaica's the first time, unless Josiah Jerome ran under Jamaica.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he did.
Probably did.
You would assume that no one has used that flag, but you have make a mistake.
Sean Kenny still on the tail of Max Simmons. They are still behind the Nissan of James Butler. Now, that could be that Butler probably is on... This is kind of the interesting problem, is that when you have a car that's pitted and is on fresh tires versus cars that are on slightly more worn rubber, despite the fact that this is a blue flag scenario, I don't know what the pace differential is. I'll be interested to see what Max Simmons' lap is here as he comes across the line. We'll get a look at it. It went away! Right when we would have had it. Kozy Terekov was pressuring Gianmarco Silvestri. Silvestri will take this opportunity to get into the pit lane. And that'll put the Nitro Corsa car up into 4th place for the time being.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you over this delicious rum.
Terekov was pressuring Gianmarco Silvestri. Gianmarco like the pit.
But was he singing under pressure while doing it?
Might have been. I've done it on onboards before.
Very nice. Mark Cebulski, 69, nice. Still makes me want bubbly water.
Running up in 6th place, although still has to make his pit stop. Pick up the battle for 2nd place again. Sean Kenny on the tail of Mark Simmons. Max Simmons. This is more the battle for 3rd place. I think Dan French is going to... Oh no, French might not, because looking at this, French is behind... Oh no, okay, he's in. Okay. I was like, French is behind Gianmarco Silvestri. What kind of terrible pit stop did he have? Pits goes Sean Kenny.
The bronze, purple, and black attack.
So there is our comparison there. It looks like Max Simmons is about 1.5 seconds off of his ultimate pace. That's probably a little bit of tire degradation. Obviously, the tires can last more than an hour, so there's not a huge threat of like burning them out in a 1-hour race. But there is still going to be slight grainings, slight imbalances of the pressures, a little bit of wear, a little bit of lack of grip here and there. And that will, it'll add up to a couple of tenths to maybe even a second. Could also be track conditions to a certain degree, because there's another example there. Dominic Turcotte, who is now running in 2nd place. He's about a second off of his overall pace. So the guys who have not come in are a little bit off the pace right now of what they could be. So that's going to make any kind of traffic scenario a little bit interesting with the car that's pitted. So most of them have Mark Cebulski's in, Tarakov's in, Sean Kenny's in. So The only cars that have yet to make their pit stop are Max Simmons, Dominic Turcotte, and Vincenzo Senatore. There is Dan French. He's indeed probably in second place on balance. Let's pick up Nicholas DeGener. You can see his teammate there in the background. I think they have slight variances of their cars. If we can get them in the same shot, that'd be cool to see the slight differences. Devin Tulloch, running in 14th place. Spencer Taft is 15th. As you can see, Anthony Willis in the BWT Mercedes rejoining the field. Has not served his pit stop. Anthony. I'm assuming Anthony Willis has not changed his tires. And I hate to harp on this, but a big part of sim racing is knowing the regulations of the series that you're in and knowing that tire change has to happen. I know the ACC's pit stop setup is not the best. I did a video on the ESR channel, but check out in regards to it, where I tried my best to explain everything you need to know. It's still not the greatest, but it is no excuse for coming to the pits, handling your business, and not getting that pit stop out of the way, because he's facing I'm not sure what the Barcelona penalty is, but it's like 1 minute to 2 minutes of race time that you lose if you don't do your pit stop.
But what if he was to handle my business?
If he was to handle your business, then you wouldn't be able to handle your business.
How much would that cost though?
Depends. Are we talking Brian Lewis rates of handling your business?
Well, I mean, do you have to pay extra for certain techniques, or like what's going on there?
You do have to pay extra for the warm welcome.
Oh, dang. Do we get it around the world?
Ayrton Arsenault looking to make a move on Kuzya Terekov. A little surprising that he's come back at Terekov. Terekov caught him kind of easily, made the move. Maybe the fresh tires have fixed what's ailing Arsenault's car. He had some flat spotting, some graining going on, and now that he doesn't, he's picking the pace up. Dominic Turcotte in the lead, but yet to pit. Interesting to see Turcotte going super overcut today. Usually that's the Max Simmons job. We'll see if he pits this time. It's either this time or next time. There he is. He's a little bit sloppy on the pit entry. I did not make a note that the pit entry would be monitored here, and it's not. I don't think the Barcelona pit lane is all that dangerous to violate limitations of. Therefore, we're not going to make a big deal of it. But that was a little bit not clean, and in the future it will be a little cleaner.
But I like it dirty.
You do.
Welcome to the race car, man.
I was clicked on our TeamSpeak esports channel, and I'm watching Sidney Crosby fly up in the crowd again.
Welcome to the racing commentary where I turn everything into sex.
Dominic Turcotte in the pit lane, so that'll put Nopek back in the lead. That's also going to put Dan French into second place. Simmons, Kenny are also through. Interested to see if Turcotte comes out ahead of Terekov. I don't think he will. I think Terekov and Arsenault and Silvestri will probably all overtake him. Oscar Tan, 18th place. Probably effectively 17th, because Senatore up ahead of him still hasn't pitted. Willis has gotten his pit stop done, so it looks like second time is the charm. Good job, Willis. And Senatore pretty much needs to come into the pits. He's still got 2.5 minutes, I suppose. Or you could get into the lap it, depending on where he is. Not really sure why we're checking out Oscar Tan. I like the livery, so I'm happy, but not really anything happening here for the 18th place car.
But I mean, if those were shoes, you'd wear that.
Oh yeah, it looks like a pair of shoes that he's got. Picking up Max Simmons, who's kind of on his own now. He's gotten a little bit of breathing room back to Sean Kenny, about 4 seconds. So either the overcut or maybe just a better execution of pit stop has paid off for him. James Butler battling with Jeremy Reeder there for 10th place, and not too far off them is Nicholas DeGener. Back over the Lotus Hong Kong flag. James Butler's KCMG Nissan.
Free Hong Kong. Hong Kong #1. Taiwan also #1. Ukraine tied for #1.
Tied for a lot of #1s. Senatore in the pits, so everyone will get their pit stop done. Looks like Indo Lugosi is just chilling in the pit lane out of the race. So down to 20 cars. High carnage day, and a big win for everyone that's bringing it home right now. Great to see a Nissan running in the top 10. We've not seen the Nissan run in the top 10 since Mike Stockbill ran the Nissan.
It's been 972 years.
Looking a little scarred up on the one side there, probably from some lap 1 battling.
Do you remember Mike Stoffmeal? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I like the Family Guy version of the Pepperidge Farm guy. It's you remember when you killed that hooker and stuffed him in the lake? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm isn't going to keep it to themselves. Maybe you go out and you buy some of these mulatto cookies.
Window is now closed.
Window is closed, but everyone's gotten their stop done, so it's not a problem. Connor Constantini still running in the top 10. Tip of the hat to him. He's having a fantastic day in that Aston Martin. Good day for Aston Martin in general. They got 2 cars in the top 10 with Turcotte and Constantini, and they've got some pretty reasonable results coming from Devin Tulloch and Mark Cebulski in 13th and 14th.
Be sure to tune in to watch Mike Cebulski on the motherfucking TSN.
Well, I believe it's Dave Cebulski.
Dave or Steve or something. I think you are right. I think it is Dave. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I believe it is Dave. Yes.
Dave's not here.
On board with Max Simmons in the anime car. Good Smile Racing Mobile. And then back to the Nissan of James Butler as he continues to hang on to that top 10 spot against Jeremy Reeder. So it's Nopek leading from French, Simmons, Kenny, Terakov. So Kenny gets a lapped car out of the way there. Arsenault, Silvestri, Turcotte, Constantini, and Butler. And in the club standings, it is the club cars are the silver number plate backed cars. Ayrton Arsenault leading from Connor Constantini and Jeremy Reeder. So a 1-3 in that regard for the Red Bull team. One of the 905 cars in between.
You can find me in the club. We're racing all rough.
Checking out the club standings real quick here. Arsenault, Taft, and Tan. So Arsenault getting a big win today over Spencer Taft, who's in 6th place, and Oscar Tan, who is in 8th place. So he's going to climb considerably up in these standings. Reeder, Tulloch probably will be the two to replace them in the top 3. I would think. Josh McLaughlin is out of the race. Lugosi out of the race. Tom Law's not here today. And Constantini, who came in today quite a ways back, actually. He was down in 9th place in the club standings. So his 2nd place here today will be a pretty big win for him. Championship-wise, I believe Max Simmons will retain the lead, having won at Kyalami and running in third place here today. We got a new face in the battle, and that is Thomas Nopek.
Michael, there's been a big scientific breakthrough today. So scientists have examined a few things. They've found that cars have windows and can move, but houses have windows and can't move. So it's not the windows that makes a car go fast.
True.
More details forthcoming.
That would be the wheels and the engine, sir.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think it does. I think you'll find it does.
May I interest you in my flat sun theory?
Continue.
Well, I think it's flat.
Not really anything else to that, is there?
No. It's just a guess. Like, sure, it's circular, but it's probably flat. There's all kinds of rocks on the track. I don't like that.
Tulloch on board here for the Aston Martin. Aston Martin doing real well today. Like I said, 2 in the top 10, 4 in the top 15. Very solid run for a brand that doesn't have a great deal of actual proven talent on it. You've got Dominic Turcotte, ESR race winner, championship contender in the past, predominantly with Bentley and Mercedes, but he's running Aston Martin this season. He's their lone ace candidate, but you've got Connor Constantini doing a good job here today, and Mark Zabalski having maybe his best race I don't even want to say a long time, like just straight up his best race.
I mean, this is only like the second or third time I think I've seen him race, so...
True, but like it's a lot better than the previous ones. Like,
well done.
A lot better. It is considerable improvements. So we got a blue flag scenario here for 10th place here between Butler and Reeder. So that is a Nitro Corsa car in the background. And I think, if I recall correctly, the white one is Vincenzo Senatore. The black one is Terekov. No, the black one is Jackson. The silver one is Terekov. The white one is Senatore. I believe is the case.
Cacciatore.
I'm not talking about like their skin colors. I'm talking about the car colors. It's literally the only differentiation between the three Nitro Corsa Lexuses. It's the third color. They all have the pale blue and the black, and then one is just two colors. One has the third color is white. One has the third color is you gotta wonder if this is really worth it for Senatore, because I think he's down a lap to the car ahead of him. He's just kind of risking contact as Jeremy Reeder winds up going very wide there too. So, I'd say obviously you can get your laps back as a lapped car. That's obviously the case, but at this point, I'm kind of left wondering why. With 13 minutes to go, he was the car that disconnected earlier. He is down a lap to Daniel Lore and Spencer Tapp, Mark Zabalski, and so on. He's not really racing. So it's a little bit weird to see him getting very involved in the battle for 10th place. Meantime, someone who's not troubled by any of those thoughts is Thomas Nopek. He's 29 seconds ahead of Dan French and absolutely cruising to victory.
Is it true that Thomas will be getting all of the points from first through fifth because he's so far ahead?
He's not that far ahead. He's not Mike Stoppnell ahead, Byron.
God, what was the furthest he ever got? Like almost a minute, wasn't it?
He's lapped up to third place in races before.
It was tremendous.
He's won races taking an extra pit stop. Like,
Yeah. Well, he won one of those. What was it? Travis and I did commentary on one where he fucking crashed and then had to go in the pits for forever and came out and won.
Yep.
It was like, well, hi, okay, you guys just are never going to be able to stop him unless you tag team the shit out of him.
Yeah, it was really hard to deal anything with Stop Mill because, I mean, he was immensely fast, almost never made mistakes. His wheel-to-wheel combat prowess was superb. His ability to... And he was a guy who often ran cars that were not S tier, if you're going with the tier ranking system of S at the top and then A, B, C, D. He, like we said, he's the guy who made the Nissan GTR into a race winner in ACC. That's a car that shouldn't maybe be winning races. It's just not that good. And he did it with ease. On board with Sean Kenny. I know Sean was disappointed with his qualifying effort. And, with him running in 4th place, I can definitely see why that is. Vincenzo Senatore has made his way past James Butler on his lap back there, but again, oh Lord, Daniel Lore off the track. Is the guy that Senatore is actually trying to challenge. We didn't see what caused that. But, he joins and probably has some tires that are not feeling terribly great right now.
Michael, I have a serious question for you.
Sure.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
No.
Dang. But they have corn dogs.
They do. I imagine so. Listening to the soothing sounds of the Audi R8 Evo. That was intentional. Everyone know what most people do not like the sound of the Audi R8.
Man, I was watching a clip about one of the, I think it's one of the new Russian tanks, the Armata, and apparently they've got like a, it's not even a V or a straight line engine, it's an X-shaped, like 13 piston engine or some shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, and I really don't care. I'm happy it exists.
The more that I'm looking at this, the more the Red Bull, which is Ayrton Arsenault, Jeremy Reeder, and Spencer Tapp, might actually take over the championship lead here for teams, because despite the fact that Kuzya Terekov is up in 5th place for Nitro Corsa, they've only got 2 cars scoring right now, as opposed to 3, and Vincenzo Senatore is down in 16th place, so the gap coming into today was 25 points. It is possible that we will see a change in the championship lead. As well as the debut of the 613 racers and the Deep Sea racing team.
Is it a Great Big Sea?
Maybe.
Because the old black rum's got a hold on me, like a dog wrapped around my leg. Actually, this stuff is not black. It is your traditional dark brown type scenario.
Interesting that James Butler is being shown in 11th place and 10th place. I'm pretty sure he's in 10th. But, so here's Sean Kenny, who's to run in 4th place. Because I can't imagine who is behind Butler on the tower there that would actually be ahead of him in actuality. In fact, I would like it if we stayed on that battle between Butler and Reeder. These are two guys who are, and I mean this not necessarily as a critique. Well, it's a little. Oh no, never mind. It's a little bit of a critique, but they're both kind of guys who are a little bit on the edge at a lot of the time, and things like that can happen. So it would have been good to see them battling each other for a little bit longer. So that battle appears to be over, and Jeremy Reeder has lost it here with 6.5 minutes to go, but still on pace for 11th place. And it's still pretty clear of the Aston Martins in behind him in Devin Tulloch and Mark Spolsky. Pretty solid day for Audi, 4th and 6th place for the brand right now. I can't say I'm surprised to see McLaren so underrepresented in the top 10. After all, the only running McLaren is in 2nd place. But that car is super strong here, and to be honest, I'm just a little bit weirded out that we don't have a lot of them signed up. Look at this here. We have only 3. Which is Brandon Baker, as well as the 905 racing team of Tom Waz and Dan French. Waz is not here, and Baker is not here today.
Would you say that Connor Constantini is fully cognizant?
Is. James Butler doing real solid today. How'd James Butler do in the first race? Where did he come into today at? Came into today in 19th place, so a top 10 will do him a lot of good. Also scoring a lot of points compared to the people ahead of him because Josh McLaughlin and Cliff Hemian are both retired right now. And they're out of the race. And he's also ahead of Devin Tulloch, Jeremy Reeder, and Oscar Taylor. And no points for Xavi Castaño-Muniz, so he'll be moving up quite a bit. Basically, might end up as high as 13th place. Being shown the blue flag there as Nopek comes through. And lets him through quite well, actually. Could have probably been lost a little bit less time there, but solid work by Butler. Pick up on Ayrton Arsenault, who's being tracked down by Gianmarco Silvestri. They are 1.3 seconds apart.
So, Michael, what do you think about Will Smith slapping your boy Chris Rock?
I think it was a significant overreaction to the joke being told, but I also think the people who are like trying to compare it to slapping Betty White is a little bit weird.
I've not heard that, and that is stupid. You can reject that immediately. That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, they're like comparing it to like, you know, what if he had slapped someone who's like physically impaired and they fell down like
wouldn't have done that.
I doubt that he
Rejected. That's rejected out of hand. Go away with that nonsense.
And I mean, at best, you're proposing a what if. No, he slapped Chris Rock. That's the facts we have. Chris Rock is a not super studly individual or anything, but like, you know, as far as we know, in good health.
Yep.
And he's fine.
Correct. Not only was he fine, but he continued to make jokes.
Yeah.
There is another theory that the whole thing was staged and it was a big fake.
I can't say that I have any evidence to say that this is not a fake, but at the same time, I kind of have to ask the question...
To what purpose?
Yeah. Who gains? Because, like, really all that we're coming out of this with is, like, Will Smith looks bad, or he looks like a man whose life is in a dark, dark place right now. It does seem like it is. And Chris Rock, I guess, earns man points for not pressing charges, but that's kind of about it.
Yep, Pretty much. Yeah, more manly than, shall we say, Colby Covington. Hey!
Well, in fairness, the Colby Covington George Masvidal assault is kind of a
little bit more.
It's a different ballpark.
There's a little bit more going on there, yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck Colby Covington.
Also, I'm going to quickly defend Colby Covington here, not as a man, but I'm going to defend Colby Covington calling the cops, because if he doesn't call the cops, he's going to get assaulted again. Let's be honest. If he's not going to change his trash talking bit, so to speak, he's going to get assaulted again. So
I believe
some negative repercussions for that.
I believe the phrase is discuss nonsense, become struck.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I've said this. I don't feel bad for Colby Covington, and people are like, "Oh, you have to. He's the victim of this." I'm like, he's really not. Like, I understand that we have a culture that sometimes goes to victim blaming for like things that shouldn't be a problem, but you talk shit about a man's kids, he slapped you. This is a entirely foreseeable repercussion. Also, I think that just in general, getting yourself contracted for 25 minutes in a cage with somebody and then talking shit about their kids is a bad idea.
Yep.
It's how we end up with like I am a little bit surprised, honestly, that like, especially after like the third round when Masvidal was clearly losing, it's just like, it's time to just go for the nut shots, man. It's like, I don't know why you didn't. Like, this man talks shit about your family. Like, this is not about winning. This is about inflicting pain.
You start out with a nut shot. You just walk out there and hoof them right in the front butt.
Oh yeah, this is the other thing. Is like, especially with the UFC's logic, where like no one gets disqualified off a first foul.
Yeah.
You freaking might as well.
No one gets disqualified even off the third.
Yeah.
Might as well just hoof them in the front butt and see what happens.
So I don't know. Like, I've said this with both Conor McGregor and Colby Covington. Their trash talk is dangerous to themselves. Like, you're going to talk trash to somebody, kind of like Conor did to Khabib, where Conor, it's just business. I'm not serious about it. It's an act. It's a gimmick. Not everybody's gonna see it that way.
You want to talk? Talk now. Let's talk.
Yeah,
it's only business.
You end up getting pinned and having a guy yell, talk now, as he's punching you in the face.
Khabib rode that like a fucking factory fresh Ferrari.
As the checkered flag has come out.
Oh, there's the red smoke. They've elected a new pope.
Should get some yellow smoke somewhere. There it is.
That's mustard gas. You're all gonna die.
The smoke usually represents the flag of the country.
Nope, mustard gas.
Dan French coming to the line there to take second place. Very solid result. Nice comeback drive from a number of drivers in the field. Kuzya Terekov getting into 5th place despite a disastrous first lap. Shout out to Dominic Turcotte also with the 8th place, although, not going to lie, Dominic, you might be facing a penalty. You did catch a little bit of truculence on track. Actually, might get 7th here. He's very on the tail of Gianmarco Silvestri. Don't think he can get it done. He's got one more turn, and it's a full throttle turn. So Arsenault's going to take 6th place and the club win ahead of Silvestri and Turcotte. The club podium will be rounded out by Connor Constantini and Jeremy Reeder. So results. And rounding off the top 10 is the Nissan of James Boutelier. Sean Kenny in 4th, didn't mention him. Max Simmons probably going to retain the championship lead with his 3rd place effort here today after winning at Kyalami. And in fact, I think I can guarantee that. I don't have the results to apply the scoring to, but I think we can guarantee that because Vincenzo Senatore is going to come home in 16th place. He was in 2nd in the championship. Albert Arjona with no points. He finished ahead of Terekov, who was 4th. Finished ahead of Arzumian. The 2 people who beat him, Dan French, was in 7th, and Nopik had 0 points. So I can't see the championship changing hands there. So Simmons will probably lead there. It will probably be Ayrton Arce. It'll be definitely Ayrton Arceau in the club championship. And I'll be interested to see how the teams play out because Red Bull might have done enough to take the lead away from Nitro Corsa. That'll be interesting because that's a team that has 0 ace drivers. So if they could even for one round lead the championship, you can color me impressed.
I'm going to color you green.
Any final notes, Mr. Byron?
Friends come and go like the waves of the ocean, but the true friends stay like an octopus on your face.
Are you saying I'm an octopus?
I'm not. I'm saying you're better than a 9 because you've got 10 tickles.
Ooh,